We go, yes. We are recording.
All right. Hello and welcome to our live Abyssea show. This is exciting for us. We are the podcast bringing you the biscuit on all the latest Final Fantasy XI news, community, and more. And where's Chin? Is she still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, were you falling asleep or?
No.
Okay, well, because you haven't said anything. Oh wow.
It would have been cooler, like, if she was AFK and she came back. She's like, wait. You guys started without me?
All right, so my name is Steak.
My name is Fusion X, and I forgot to turn Skype sounds off, so I'm going to do that right now.
Good times.
Chin's AFK.
Chin's AFK.
Don't lie.
Teeler is here.
And Teeler is here. Welcome back, Tila.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
It's been a couple of weeks since we've had you on the show. We're glad to have you, though.
4, I think. Maybe 3.
Yeah, that's a
4.
month. That's a month.
Yeah.
Getting scammed is a long, complicated process.
It is. Yeah, those storefront computer guys are they're robbers in disguise.
All right. Go.
Yeah, pretty lady. Welcome everyone in the FFO chat. Always good to have you guys here. And at the end of the show, as always with our live shows, we'll take questions from you guys. We are planning on having guests. We do have a couple of guests lined up. If you would like to join us as a guest on our show, we have PFA Live set up on Skype. All you have to do is send me a message on Skype to that name, and I'll get you queued up, and you can be a live guest on our show.
Stick will get you queued up.
I'll get you queued up. That's right.
Nice. Dude, I could do some QQing with some of these bits of news.
Chin is Rare X. Word. All right,
Even
so
if you code trader, who
No, I'm not. Din is. Whoever that is. Din is Rare X.
all right, Play Online news. Scars of Abyssea.
Yes.
Awesome. And that'll be coming out, what, in late September?
Early September is when the
Early
update
September?
is. Early September. No one's going to be playing it late September. No, I shouldn't say nobody, but people will be busy wanting to try other things in late September.
Oh, hush your mouth.
Hush your mouth. All right. Teaser site
Corporate strategies for the win.
I know, right?
Jeez, I forgot to put that in the outline. I can't believe that. I'll get to that in a bit. The perks. I totally forgot about the perks.
What perks?
Perks, man.
What perks?
Perks. The 14 stuff. The perks.
Oh, right.
Drugs
Yeah,
are
perks.
bad. Do we need to
Drugs
rehab?
are bad.
Okay. Marijuana, okay. You just pass that up to the front, okay. Okay. Scars of Abyssea.
You do that way too well.
I know. Mr. Mackey and Herman from like Family Guy, or Herbert rather. And
Yeah.
I used to do a really good Brack voice too, but
Do it. Do it
What's a
right now.
I
Brack?
can't anymore. Brack.
You have
Brack.
to do this bit of news as Brack. Do it.
I can't do it anymore.
Aw.
Do Krang's voice.
I'm not even gonna attempt that
If
one.
anything
Do
should
it.
happen, Krang will be my constant.
Oh man.
Okay. Go ahead, Fusion.
Krang.
So there's really not
Do it as Shaggy then. You can do it.
like product details page of Scars of Abyssea as Shaggy. Nah, that'd be my favorite.
You're like, no,
I'm starting classes up tomorrow, and I'm taking Japanese, so I want to try and preserve my voice if possible. I don't want to walk into my first day of a foreign language class and be like, I lost my voice, so I'm not going to be able to do anything. That'd be bad. Scars of Abyssea. Take like 20,000 here. They've updated the teaser site. There's not a whole lot up there right now, just story and product details, and I think really I don't know what they have in product details would make me think that it's pretty much what should be on story. Anyway, 3 new screenshots are available for Scars of Abyssea. We get our look at some of the new zones, some of the new mobs, some of the new gear. First one up here is pretty cool. Looks like it's from either Mizrax Coast or Luface Meadows, fighting some weird jellyfish type of guy.
I don't see that from that screenshot.
You don't see jellyfish, or you don't see those areas?
I don't see those areas.
No, that's definitely like Luface or Mizrax. That's gotta be.
How do you figure?
The
jellyfish things?
No,
Oh,
the scenery. The scenery, people.
Yeah, the jellyfish
Bridge.
things, because those are just all over the present.
The bridge, people. The bridge. It's right
Bridge
there.
in the background. That could be something else.
No. What else would it be?
I mean, I'll take your word for it, Fusion. I'm just saying that's...
Well, the second
figure out what it was.
screenshot kind of helps along a certain line of thought. Okay, the second one we have here is Ottawa Chasm.
Right, it looks like it. Yeah.
Right, fighting some, like, they look like coral mobs or something like that.
Yeah.
What's with all, like, the new, like, aquatic type of...
I don't know. Who
weird.
knows?
Yeah. And then thirdly, we have another one from Ottawa Chasm here with the, like, I guess, it's got to be the Iron Giant, right? I mean,
What's
really.
the Iron Giant?
Chin. It's just been one of those mobs that's been in the Final Fantasy games. It's, the Iron Giant.
I didn't know, and I've played them. What is that?
Yeah.
It looks like an Alexander Golem thing. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Also, Abyssiates and Abyssiates. Wow, Chariots and Gears. How did I get? I don't know. How
What? Yeah.
I was thinking Abyssia. I was looking at the Chariots. Abyssiates.
Chariots suck.
Whatever.
No matter where they are.
Not a fan of Gears either. So far, it looks like 2 of the new zones we'll be getting. I don't know if there's going to be a third one or not. Are going to actually be COP areas, which is interesting. That kind of opens the door of possibilities for what they could have in Heroes of Abyssia when that comes out in December. Because I was thinking it was probably just going to be, original areas, maybe some of the zones.
No, the last one's going to be like... brain fart.
Nice. I love that zone.
Oh.
I love the music in Brain Fart.
It's going to be like Abyssia Dynamis Bastock.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Like, I think it would be cool to see, like, a demolished version of the cities.
It would be. That'd be kind of interesting.
But here's my... Just because I always like to hope, and because now that they're doing COP areas, what if we get some, like,
Don't even say it.
Amnesia ruins or something?
I kind of want to punch you in the teeth right now.
Just saying. If they're using COP zones, they could do it. And the fact that these screenshots are only of 2 areas when Vision of Abyssia had 3 areas, they're either going to just keep 2 in this, or there's another zone that we haven't seen yet.
Maybe you're looking too much into the third photo, or not looking deep enough. Maybe that could be like Meriptod Mountains or something.
Why would they do like a COP?
I don't know.
Zone?
I'm just saying.
That doesn't make sense.
I'm just saying it could be anything.
Zones for Abyssia, for Vision of Abyssia, they make sense. It's all 3 zones around the crags. And I mean, now if they're doing what looks to be COP areas, they have like either the coast or the meadows. They'll have Ottawa Chasm, and then what else would there be? Like Ullagarn Range? Like, ooh, I don't know if I'd like to do that one or not for Abyssia.
It could be though.
It could be, yeah. I mean, I don't know what other options there would be really for a third zone.
Oh my god, I finally got into Vanachat for the first time in my life. I'm so proud of it.
All right, Tila.
That's amazing. That was just took half an hour of me to follow his instructions. Oh, woot.
So yeah, if they were going to add a third zone for our Scars, what would you want it to be? Like if you got to pick? Because I mean, right now it looks like it's following COP areas.
Yeah, it does. It does kind of. As far as COP areas are concerned.
Oh yeah, there you go, Bibiki Bay.
Yeah, it could be Bibiki. Sure. That's a good
Abyssia Mana Clipper. Yeah.
Abyssia Mana Clipper.
There's one vertical complex, and it's at the back of the boat.
Oh.
Everybody move to the back of the boat.
It's probably Bibiki.
But what they're doing now, I mean, originally when, we heard about Abyssia, they're like, oh, you're going to need Wings of the Goddess.
Abyssia Selbina.
Freaking Yumi-chan listening to the show all the way from Austria. Freaking awesome.
Jeez.
He's like, as long as they're cute, I'll play it.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know what I'd want to see. I mean, I'm always going to be hoping for some kind of form of Tavnazia, obviously. But now that they're doing originally, Abyssia was going to, you needed Wings of the Goddess to play the at least the first add-on. But now they're using COP areas, which is kind of weird. So that's making me wonder if there's a possibility of seeing Ottergon areas for Heroes of Abyssia.
That would be awesome.
Because I mean, if you look what we have so far, we have. I mean,
I would buy it and try to get to level 99 from level 75.
Yeah, I mean, because
if it was like Ottergon areas, because that'd be totally new.
Yeah, and that would be really cool. And I mean, it'd be kind of nice to have those, something kind of new recycled. Like right now, it's all like the older areas kind of. Especially like Wings came out and they pretty much just like took all the original areas and just like made another form of them. And then, Vision of Abyssia came. They redid
Abyssia Mount Halvung.
There you go.
Or just Halvung, or
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, there's a bunch of stuff they could do. I would, at some point, I would like to see at least one new, like, original area in these.
I doubt it.
I kind of do too. But I mean, if they're doing, I don't know. Who knows?
Abyssia Ottawa Chasm. I hope there's like 45 Tiamats just like.
Probably.
Oh my god.
Gang raping at the entrance. They're like, we don't even have boots. Roar.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna stink too if they do the chasm, because that place it starts off as such a maze, and then if they do a third one,
here you go,
Abyssia Temenos.
Oh jeez.
Abyssia Temenos. Oh man.
If you thought you needed time chests before.
What about like for heroes? They did like Ottergon zones.
We just said that.
Hi, welcome back.
Oh, did you? I was in another place.
Were we live when we mentioned that you had like the absent-minded trait, and I had the hi, welcome back macro? I don't know if we were live when we were talking about that earlier or not.
Oh, maybe.
Seems relevant.
I'd like to play the absent-minded card.
Yeah, good for you. All right.
I'd like to use my absent-minded voucher now. Thanks. Okay, moving right along.
Next up, we have some Wings of the Goddess news.
Woo! Really?
So back at Vanifest, they're like, all right, here's what we're going to do. The September update, or actually June update, is going to finish the Nation Quest missions. Wings of the Goddess storyline will finish up in September. Not so much. We learned that when they posted the version update notice. And so we have the first half of the conclusion to Wings of the Goddess, which is kind of lame, because I was kind of looking forward to seeing the end after it's been out for 20 years now. But looks pretty cool. Kind of getting pumped. I've started doing some of the Nation quests that were out in June, trying to get kind of ready for the new mission. So should be good. That's pretty much all right there. Before we move on to the next one, I want to jump back here a little bit after I grab the link just to make sure I have everything right.
Did someone did Nabuto just go whoo?
Did.
Why?
I don't
know.
How do you know? We probably don't want to know why.
You need
All right, check it out. Ready?
Just walked in the door. I don't know.
Nabuto, Nabuto .ytmnd.com. ytmnd.com. Go. Nabuto.ytmnd.
Wow. Got my PSP.
Signed by
Nabuto. All right, so anyway.
Signed by Nabuto.
Earlier this week, Gamescom has been going on over in Cologne, Germany. Obviously, 14's coming out, a lot of 14-related stuff. There was some stuff, though, about 11 a while ago. There was an interview where they had said that they're looking at some type of bonus, I guess you could call it, for Final Fantasy XI players that are also looking to play Final Fantasy XIV. And we actually have those bonuses now. The first bonus is going to be for subscriptions. If you have Final Fantasy XI and you link a Final Fantasy XIV subscription to that account, your Final Fantasy XI fee will be discounted from $12.95 to $7 a month.
I love it.
Yeah, and this
Wow,
is applies as a 111 account per each 14 accounts. So if you have like 2 11 accounts and 3 14 accounts, you'll get like 2 of those discounts.
An even bigger discount.
Right, but yeah, it works 1 11 account to each 14 account.
Mm-hmm.
And now it says on this too that this offer will remain in effect until January 2011. Now, whether this means that you only have until January to lock this offer in, or you only get that discount for a few months, we don't know yet.
What the heck, man? Like, what's up with the PS3 players then? Did they not get it?
I don't know.
Because, you know.
They've also said that there will be bonuses that become available for PlayStation 3, but they're going to be announced later since,
Word.
it's not out yet. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, January 2011, that's a few months away here. That really doesn't give you that many, that much time to enjoy the discount. So we'll try and get a little clarification on that when possible. Also, Final Fantasy XI players going into 14 will get in-game item, the Hermes shoes,
which are like gold and beautiful.
They look ugly. They're
What?
terrible. And I hate how they look. They look like clogs with like golden like tips.
You fired Fuse. Stop talking.
Those are pimp shoes, man.
I'm gonna wear them regardless because they give you a nice speed boost. It looks like, but the
Pimp shoes.
things are hideous. Also, last but not least, here name transfer, which optional. So I know a lot of people saw this and they're like, yeah, I don't think so. If you want, you can transfer into 14 with your name from 11. And how this works, because 14 has the surname or the last name, is your first name. Like I'm Fusion X on Carbuncle, right? So in 14, my name would be Fusion X, and then Carbuncle would be the surname. And I don't want to be Fusion X Carbuncle.
I don't think
Weird.
No.
Yeah, that
weird.
kind of sucks to be, because some people's last name are gonna be like Leviathan. I don't know.
Right.
It'll be like Bob Quetzalcoatl. What?
Yeah.
I am not typing out your name, sir. Good effort on the Bob.
Ooh,
but
would it be cool to see like people like Atmos? Yeah,
That'd be kind of funny.
Atomos.
I would just name myself that anyway.
Yeah, it'd be like
And it ain't,
Atomos.
I wonder if there's
Like, did you play on the Atomos server?
I wonder if there's restrictions on that kind of thing, where if you go to use a server name from 11 as your last name, and if block you right away, like it's when the game's starting out. I don't know. That would seem kind of weird, but I don't know. So if you're looking to get into 14, there's a few incentives there for you. And I think we had talked about this a little bit earlier, either here on PFA or on Aetheryte Radio. I think we said probably $20 is what we would want to pay for both of them.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah,
It
that's
looks
awesome.
like. So that was a pretty good guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I was trying to think to myself, what's the most that I would want to pay for both,
Yeah.
And
So.
$20 comes to mind.
Next up, we have some news about some new Magian quests. So it looks like we're going to be introduced to some Armel. Yes.
I love Armel.
I am awesome with some of these words tonight.
Armel?
Introduction of Armor Trials. And they say to this point, Trial of the Magians has been focused on the enhancement of weapons. And new trials are going to be introduced in the coming version update. However, they will be centered around a new series of armor that will be obtainable in Abyssia. A unique set will exist for each job, and when augmented through trials, their powers will truly be a sight to behold. So let's just backtrack real quick.
Like, hold on. When this news came out, I was in a Skype call with Sayo Mayo, and I think he almost cried.
I
think he
some
almost
crazy
cried.
nerd rage. I'm not gonna lie. I was venting in Skype.
But they call me Sayo Mayo.
I was like, oh, it's gonna be okay, man. He's like, I think I'm gonna just go to bed. I was like, oh man.
Oh.
I'm excited because I was reading this. I'm like, cool, armor trials, and they're like, for new armor, and I'm like, well, that's cool. So who can I see about getting my money refunded from my Ares body? Like, that is lame.
Uh-huh.
Didn't you see it coming though? Really?
No, I was thinking the one piece of armor they would let you upgrade would be the salvage armor.
Nothing surprises me.
No.
But I didn't spend 12 million on it, so.
Yeah, I am very upset that as of now it doesn't look like salvage gear will be trialable. And that's really lame.
Yeah,
a lot of people put a lot of work and a lot of money into those pieces, and Square's coming out like, yeah, But I don't know. It's not to say that they won't include them at some point, but if they're not included with this update, then there's issues, I think. Also, they are going to add more weapon trials. They say that weapons obtained via the past trials, including the Empyrean weapons, can be augmented to levels of power. These weapons will not only boast the improved attributes, but will also allow their wielder to unleash new weapon skills.
Woo! That's cool.
Yeah, so those people that are able to get the obscenely amounts of items from Abyssia to actually upgrade to those weapons can now probably get another 50 hard to get items that no one will want to help them get, and they can get new weapon skills.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping they adjust some of those. Some of those trials are just a little too much, I think. They're going to be upgrading the Magian spectacles so that the area that you use them in, it'll tell you a 2-day weather forecast for the current area. A lot of the weapon or trials revolve around weather-based kind of stuff. So they'll help you out a little bit with that. They also say that the objectives of certain trials, including monster types, weather, weekday conditions, and finishing blows, are scheduled to receive refinements.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know what that means. They could, decrease the, the number of mobs you need to kill by like 10, and be like, yeah, we changed it, cool. Whatever.
We fixed it.
Yeah, I don't know. Right now, especially right after this particular post was up, I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm starting to see the Trial of the Magians like less of, when it first came out, I thought it was really cool. People were kind of getting together. It, kind of brought a lot of people together as a community, I think, to, kill some of the NMs and stuff. And now it is the biggest time sink known to man that is nothing but busy work.
Yeah.
And they're kicking salvage gear people in the nuts. So that's cool, too. Thanks for that, Square.
Though, it's weird because, you see this Trial of the Magians article, and you see the samurai that looks like he's got Usukane gear on.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's what got me excited.
So you're like, oh! And then they go, but you're like,
armor trials for new gear. I'm like, really?
The new gear's all just gonna look like the salvage gear.
Or maybe
they're not gonna give any modeled gear.
There's actually new models, and they actually showed these in the Abyssia screenshots for Scars if you look carefully. So they talk about being able to throw in new armor from Abyssia in the trials, each new armor set for each job. That kind of sounds like Artifact 3, doesn't it? You can actually see hints of it in the Scars of Abyssia images. It looks to be maybe Blue Mage, Red Mage, and Ninja AF3 headpieces.
Maybe.
I need to pull up this screenshot now.
What it is.
The Red Mage stuff, that's not new.
The hat is, sir.
The hat is new?
Yes.
Yeah, that is new.
Oh, I'm gonna need to get it.
Yeah, jeez. I hate you guys.
Oh, man. What that Blue Mage, that's kind of sketchy.
I don't know. Maybe.
That's really far... Oh, no, well, who's in the background there? You said Red Mage, Blue Mage, and what else? Who's back there? It's a ninja?
Yeah, that Red Mage hat's different.
Was that ninja
There's
hat?
a lot of red on it, damn.
Yeah. It's like a hot red.
Yeah, that would definitely be a new Blue Mage hat.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's new, for sure.
I can't tell what that is in the background. Looks like a
Who knows?
Master. He's like, "Can I please charm you?"
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure what that is. I think there may have been a monk headgear or something in one of the screenshots too, but it's like it's kind of hard to tell. But these are definitely.
It looks like a paper hat, like you'd see in one of them like 1950s diners.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta go and quest like sheets of newspaper. Hold yourself a newspaper hat. It'd be kind of cool. I'd want to get one of those. But yeah. I mean, you know, we were hearing about back at Vanifest, they're like Artifact 3, and we're like, oh, really? You know, that's cool. You know, what are the stats are probably going to be pretty good at it. And now, not only are we getting, at least a couple pieces of Artifact 3, it looks like, but they're throwing it into Trials of the Magians. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. What do you guys think?
It depends on how they deliver it, I guess. Because, then the gear for Blue Mage, Corsair, and Puppet Master you got through the system through Treasures of Adargon. So, I mean, it makes sense that they would introduce these pieces in a different system other than just having them drop from mobs.
Well, right. But what do you think about the idea of having to get the armor first and then having to actually work and upgrade it to probably make it worthwhile?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like a lot to ask, I guess.
Because, I mean, you got to take into
consider
that the drop rates, they're probably not going to be dropping like candy. And then you got to do, trials for them.
Because so many things in 11 drop like candy.
Right. And then you got to look at, what some of the other trials.
Except mobs I fight. What? Zing?
Yeah. I mean, like, you look at the Empyrean weapons. I mean, this is, from what I've been getting, this is going to be like the armor to have in the game. So
armor.
Look at the the items needing the VNM items, or the weapons needing VNM items. You look at needing the the trophies from the Abyssia NMs for the Empyrean weapons. What are we going to need for the armor? I mean, is it going to be something where it's just so out there, we'll get the piece and be like, oh, cool, and then we'll never be able to upgrade it because the stuff to get it is just a pain? I mean, if it's somewhat easy to get some of these items and they drop a lot, and we need the same kind, and it's not something specific to only like 3 of the jobs, I think it would be all right. But this, I don't know. I'm kind of worried about it, to be honest.
I don't know.
Only time will tell.
Yeah, I have to wait and see. So I'm sure we'll hear a little bit more about this
in the coming weeks here.
Probably sometime this week, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Early September.
This week or next for sure.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited to see some of the designs, but I'm kind of worried about the stats on some of these. Like Vision of Abyssia on the Vision of Abyssia site, they had the spot for the weapons. I'm sure Scars of Abyssia will probably have a spot for the Artifact 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And hopefully some base stats. But I don't know. Let's have to wait and see. But I'm not extremely hopeful at this point.
Yeah. All right. Next on the agenda, we have player achievements. Or no, wait. We have another piece of news, don't we? Oh no, we already talked about that. Never mind.
That was it.
Hey Tila, you haven't been here for a few weeks. Do you want to do our achievements for this week?
If you send me the link, I will, please.
Oh, come on.
Come on, stick it in there.
All right. I'll put it in there for you. I have to go get it here. Here it is. I found it for you. There it is.
Thank you.
Sure thing, pretty lady.
Do we have a lot? It's like 9 earlier, wasn't it?
There's not that many. There's 8.
Oh, okay, 8. I'm going to read them all then, okay?
All right.
Mhm.
Oh, I've already found a name I can't pronounce.
Is it?
Cassione?
I think you did it right there. Yep.
Cassione? Sounds like a nice name. Sorry if I didn't say it right. Started playing 11 back in March during the Steam sale, if anyone remembers that, but keeping achievements from just this past week. So, Red Mage from 65 to 68, map fight approaching. Bought Abyssia, hoping to organise a party soon. Completed COP missions from 4-1 to 3 paths, except for Tenzin's path.
Woot.
Word.
Theodos, since Abyssia came out, I've taken Pup to 80 and capped XP, White Mage to 79 and capped merits twice, and finished Pup Group 2 merits. Also bought full Aurora set for Pup to make it Pip. Pretty in pink. Oh, that's cute. Also went with Link Shell to a low man through Bomblet NM, but we wiped at 12%. What's that? Through Bomblet NM.
It's a Mandy.
Oh,
I think technically it's probably a Corrigan. It's a black Mandy.
okay.
Same thing.
And, ah,
You got something
When you-
wrong? You got something against Black Mandy's?
Jeez. Let's just not even go into
I
that.
heard what you said.
sounds bad.
Spell Corrigan. I heard what you said.
I heard what you said. All right, go ahead.
Munjahai Darte got. Oh, at Pet Food Alpha, Anz and Bushy Bob from Phoenix get sea access after offering tens and a Marmite sandwich. Ew, Marmite.
Oh, Marmite. Mm.
Yeah, we talked about that
Yummy.
last week. Was it last week or the week before? I can't remember what it was, but
What's Marmite?
It is-
Tila knows what Marmite
it is
is.
nasty. Isn't it?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It's terrible.
It is repulsive. Oh, it's
I
so
think I've asked
It's
what
a-
Marmite
it's a
is
British
before, but no.
delicacy.
Me and Dooley.
But what's it made of?
It's made out of
reason.
Probably like monkey
Grossness.
butts or something because it's
it's
terrible.
a byproduct.
I didn't
of-
even want to like taste it because it smelled so bad.
It's like it's Vegemite.
What's
Yeah.
Vegemite? All right, can you explain what it tastes like?
It's
Just
it's a byproduct of making beer. It's like a
It's like
like a
bittering.
yeast extract or something like that. It's like salty kind of, and it's like it uses it as a spread like on toast or your crumpets when you're drinking your tea.
Crumpet.
No, it's more-
Marmite.
It's definitely something you have to get used to.
Yeah, they have the phrase "you love it or you hate it," and certain people like it, and other people find it disgusting. And I'm on the disgusting side.
Kinda
There's
like my middle
crisps in
school
that
teacher.
flavor as well. You can buy crisps, chips, whatever you guys call them, Marmite flavor, and oh, they're so nasty.
Chips. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, but Marmite chips, really?
They're called Twiglets, and they're Marmite flavor.
That's
yeah.
what- yeah.
Can you send me a bag of those?
That's what a friend of Dool's
Good if you wanted them, but they're
Yeah, I
so
want
disgusting.
send me some. I want to try them.
back. Was it like
It's just like bitter, horrible, kind of twiggy tasting
Yeah.
food.
nasty?
salt. Yeah.
Crisps.
It's like weird if he likes that.
Back
Weird.
Crisps.
last I think it was June when I went to visit
Twiglets.
Dool's. A friend of his had come over to the UK and he had brought some Twiglets. He's like, "You gotta try these." And I think Duel went first and he took a bite and he's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Is it that bad?" And he's like, "Yes, it's terrible." I just smelled the bag and I'm like, "Yes,
You're like.
it's terrible,
"Bleh."
absolutely."
It's like
Away from
you ever
me.
seen that Family Guy episode where he like throws up in his mouth and his mouth just expands and you hear like this slosh? You're like, ew, ew, wicked gross.
Oh my god. Oh. um. Oh man. Okay.
Twiglets.
There's a myth if you think that we all like it because most of us don't.
All right. Send me some Twiglets, Tila. I
If
want
you
to try
really
'em.
want some, I will
Mhm.
send you
I
some.
want to try them.
I will genuinely.
Because I like
I have
Vegemite. I didn't used to like
extra just in
Vegemite,
case.
but now I've got some since doing Pet Food Alpha. I've got some Australian homies now, so I've gotten into Vegemite. So Vegemite on toast with some butter is where it's at. You just have to. It's an acquired taste for sure.
Yeah.
Bull.
No, it's
I bet
good.
you don't even like it.
I do. It's true.
It's nasty.
No, it's good stuff.
It
I don't know.
really
I don't
is
really know what the difference between Marmite and Vegemite is. I don't know that there is a difference at all.
Marmite. That sounds like a rodent.
It does. It's like a bug or something.
Oh,
A little bug.
Sounds like a rodent.
What's the rodent? A marmot?
A marmot. That sounds like a Pokemon.
Isn't a marmot like a rodent or an animal or something?
I think you
Yeah.
Sounds like some kind of little bug. Like,
Marmites,
man, look at all the
rodents,
little marmites crawling around over there.
A marmot. I gotta Wikipedia
Yeah.
this now.
there's some kind of animal called a marmot.
A marmot.
That's
A
what I
varmint.
said.
He eats crisps.
Okay. Let's move on.
All right. Yumi
Thank you.
Chan got Sam to 80, got 4 out of 8 Great Katana merits, and 5 overwhelm merits.
All right.
That's how you do
Full
it.
Pearl equipment, and finally beat Tenzin and got C access.
Nice.
Awesome. Congrats, man.
Roger. Ooh. My Link Shot was the first to kill AV again like 2-3 weeks ago. I got title. It's always cool to be walking through town and people just cheering you on.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Some good
Vincent Knightley got Hefok mitts from Ruminator in Abyssal Athene. That's
What did you
something
say?
I know nothing about.
They're
That's what it says.
Hefok.
Hefok.
It's a FOC. FOC.
I didn't
FOC.
swear. That's cheating.
HEAFOC. Pronounce it
Hefok.
how you will.
How did you say it, Tila?
I said Hefok. Is that not what it is? Hefok? Are you trying to get me to swear? Because I'm not going to swear.
I'm pretty sure you already have a few times.
I was like, whoa, wait a minute, press the button. Somebody press the
Does
Uriya
anyone
button.
even know what they are?
I have one of those.
FOC. What does FOC stand for?
Fuck.
Tila.
It's not anything like the real thing. I actually
When
said
you
half
say
an hour
it,
ago.
does.
Such a dirty mouth you got tonight. Jeez. All the cussing.
Oh,
Congrats
dear.
to
I
all
don't
the
even know what they
fuckers.
are.
I can't
guess you
find
don't know.
anything called a marmot, but I'm pretty sure it's a mob. I almost said
This
it.
whole time,
I
Finn's
almost,
like Google.
I almost said I'm pretty sure it's a mob, but what I meant was it's a quitter.
Oh man.
If it was a mob, it probably has an ability that makes you gag from the smell.
Fuck.
What is a marmot? This is gonna kill me. I could have swore a
I'm not
marmot
doing
was-
show notes, right?
Marmot?
Or,
Isn't it a rodent of
time,
some
so-
flavor?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's not on
Kind of-
Wikipedia.
it is. It's like a meerkat thing, isn't it? Marmot.
Yeah, it's a
Or
beaver looking thing. Here, look. Marmot found it.
How did you find it?
Cause I'm a baller.
You're full of.
You found it because someone put it up in the chat.
Ooh, yeah.
No way. No, here it is. It's a kind of a long 8 URL there, but I found
The thing's. It's like the chupacabra.
it. And it's Chupacabra.
Hey man, I suck your goats.
That is
So,
a
Final
marmot.
Fantasy.
Yeah. Marmot.
How do you spell it? How did you spell it?
MARMET. Marmot.
That's what I did.
I googled it though. I didn't put it on. I didn't.
So, Final Fantasy.
Any more, Tila?
You have one more, and
Alright,
it
keep going.
is from Iphigenia of Leviathan. Says total
Iffy.
limit points spent as of today. Oh my god, 3,070,000. 3 million seems like a milestone.
Wow.
That's insane.
That's 30, isn't it? No. How many is it? 300? 300.
Yeah,
300 merits.
and a third.
It's quite a few.
2/3.
300 merits. Oh my gosh.
I stopped counting at 350 because I just spent too long doing it. That was a long time ago when I used to solo imps in, like, Haldiva Isle. I probably have like 400 now. That's terrible.
You know what they need to do is increase the amount of merits that you can have.
Yeah,
Like,
from
from
like
10
10
Instead
to
of-
20.
to
Yeah,
like
definitely.
more than 10. Because nothing sucks more than like being capped on XP and stuff and going into Abyssia and like finally finishing that 10th merit and where like the XP starts to really get good and then having to leave to spend those and then come back and it all resets. That's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yes, please.
We know you can go at
I'm sure
least
they
to
never
80 or something. with
anticipated us
PS
getting
Man.
that many and not spending and getting full and that happening like that. So they should reevaluate.
They need to up that. That would be awesome. Because like I'm not really been too crazy about doing Abyssia parties. Not that like I mean I have things I could spend the merits on, but like it would start getting good and then I would cap out and I'd have to leave. And yeah, it's stupid. I don't know. Like
Mhm.
unless you're not 80 and capped yet, like Abyssia parties are really good. Like if you're 75, you can go from 75 to 80 and cap merits like all in the same party. But if you're already set, 80, like what's the point? I mean,
I heard what you
obviously
said.
merits, but
All right. Right. Congratulations to everyone. And now we will move on to our actual Abyssia chat, where we will bring in some folks to talk about stuff. First, we're going to talk about chests.
yeah, we're going
Did
to
you have-
introduce chests first, and then we'll bring in people. To
Yeah, we'll
talk
start bringing in
about
some
other
people.
stuff.
So,
I'm gonna get some of the simple stuff out of the way.
So let's talk about chests. There are obviously different colored chests that pop from mobs, and out of these chests come different things, rewards,
Milk.
including
Boxes.
including time extensions and other goodies.
It's a live
You
show, Chid. Come on now.
I didn't say anything wrong.
Okay. Blue chest, you can get crew ore, you can get time extensions, you can get XP, you can get kind of like a restore chest like you might get in Limbus, except it's for one person and not an AoE deal. Red chests will have different kinds of light in them. You can have pearlescent light, which will make chests appear with a greater frequency. Azure light, that'll make the blue chests appear with greater frequency and yield superior spoils. Ruby light, which will make the red chests appear more frequently and yield greater spoils. Amber, which will make the
I love
gold chests.
spoils.
Yeah, good stuff. Amber light will make the gold chests appear more. Golden light will increase the gain of experience. Silver will increase the rate of crew ore you get. And ebon will grant a small bonus to each light. So obviously, if you're wanting to, stay in Abyssia longer, you would need a blue chest for that. So you would try and build up your Azure light. There's a bunch of ways you can do that, depending on how you finish a mob off. Will depend on the kind of light you get. You can get the lights from the red chests. So there's a bunch of different ways you can get it, and we'll probably talk a little bit more about the way to go after those lights when we get into XP here in a minute. Also, there's the gold chests, which these usually they can have a couple things. They can have augmented items. They can have some kind of a temp item that will do like an AoE kind of effect. Like I've seen like what was the Fanatics is the haste drink, right? I want to say from like Salvage. Or one of like those kind of like drinks, only like it'll be like an AoE thing that you can get out of those. Yeah, and some of these chests can be like huge. And some of these you can actually get key items from that NMs would drop. If you fight NMs in Abyssia, you can get key items that will then be used to pop other NMs. So yeah, you might be running into some very large golden chests at some point. You could like fit a couple Tarus into them. They're pretty big.
Word.
Hmm.
Well, you can
Sweet.
fit one taro in a regular chest.
Yeah, you could probably fit, I don't know, 4, 6 in a big chest. Go ahead and grab somebody for talk a little bit about XP, Steve.
Okay. Let's see who we got lined up for this here. Oh, wow. You know what?
I don't.
I am not the call host.
Oh.
Whoopsie.
Believe it or not.
So let's end it and you call back real quick.
Will the stream keep going?
Yes.
All right. I'll call you guys right back. Wow,
All right.
That was an epic fail.
Now I'm gonna end the call here. Okay.
We good?
We, in theory, should be good. Are we good?
Should
FFO chat?
should be? Are we good? FFO chat?
We good?
Are we good?
Should be good. still-
FFO chat, are we
still
good?
record?
Can you hear us? Rated
I
Rated T for Taru.
think we're good. Rated M for manhood in the forge. All right.
All right.
Good.
We're gonna bring Defender in here.
No,
Be ready.
Oh boy.
get your finger on that bleeping button.
I don't have like anything to edit, like write down edits, because
Yeah, I wasn't writing down
timer.
edits. I was.
So please try and keep it clean, guys.
Yeah, let's keep it clean.
Let's keep it clean.
F that.
I heard what you said.
I heard what you said.
What's up, dude?
Man, what's happening, y'all? This is
What's-
Defender X chilling.
What's going on, man?
I didn't even think y'all was gonna call me.
My dude from down south.
What's up, y'all? Keep your finger on the button. Huh?
Yeah, we don't have a button today,
I have a
so
button.
we gotta be careful.
I heard that.
Gotta.
Phil
No, you
Farm,
didn't.
I heard what you said.
I heard what you said.
The word is.
What? Can you
He's
use
like,
it
the
in this?
definition is.
Okay. All right. So our first topic is going to be EXP, and so I've actually got a couple of people that want to talk about EXP. So
Do we want to
Defender
just get
X-
them all in here?
you want to get? Yeah, we can do
I'd
that.
rather have everybody in that wants to
Get
talk
'em
about
in.
XP. That way, like, we don't have one person then and bring someone else in and they like say the exact same thing.
All right, we'll get Elixiru in here.
EXP.
Might help us
It's
go a little quicker, too.
dynamite.
Like
Elixiru, are you with us? Elixiru.
Perhaps in spirit, but not in voice.
Yeah, can you hear us? Elixiru,
Yeah,
you're live on.
I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, I am. I just didn't want to talk over the 5 people that are already talking.
All right, you might have to mute your
Wow.
stream
Wow.
too. So,
Yo,
what's up?
Hi.
I was just trying not to talk over the 5 people that were talking at the same time.
That's okay.
That's all.
Man, welcome PFA.
You
What's
are
up, Defender
live.
X and PFA?
Yeah, I was waiting for Steak to do his like. You are live on
You are
PFA.
live on Pet Food Alpha.
There you go. It feels weird if you don't do that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
not
you're
a
supposed to say that, like, you know, legally. Maybe I'm supposed to say that because
Maybe,
if
I don't know.
if I'm recording you and you're live and everybody can hear you, you should know, like, you know,
But who's coming on here and not knowing that we're live and recording?
like we're gonna get an email from some lawyer saying we're suing you because our client got on your show and he didn't know he's being recorded.
Or they can sue us for all that money we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on. Let me get my internet
you
lawyer
got.
out.
Let's see. I got a coupon for 50% off some Pop Tarts,
Ooh.
and I've got.
I haven't had Pop Tarts in a long time.
No.
I'll sue you for those.
This episode brought to you today by Pop Tarts.
Yeah.
Actually, when I started the stream, I got a Lysol commercial. So apparently, our show is being sponsored by the good people at SC Johnson. So good times.
That a stank.
At least it wasn't at least it wasn't like a feminine hygiene product or something.
Yeah. This show is brought to you by Deodorize.
For days when you're less than regular.
All right, so obviously there's been a lot of buzz since Abyssea premiered regarding the sick amount of EXP that you can get from going into Abyssea. It was a couple weeks later where we heard these epic parties were forming to get just unrealistic amounts of XP. You know, hundreds of K worth of XP in these parties. So we'll start with Elixir first, because he wasn't on the last show. What kind of experience have you had with these sort of XP parties, and what kind of XP were you getting?
Well, you guys did read that the player achievement the last time I was on the show, after I was already off, that I had gotten 185K in 1 4-hour session. And the funny thing was we had gotten 11 time extensions. So when the party broke up, like they were just like, okay, I'm done. It was actually an all JP party except for me. So they were like, yeah, we're done. It's dinner time now. And I still had like 135 minutes left on my timer.
Wow.
And we'd been in there for 4 hours.
That's pretty crazy. So if you had kept going, you could have just kept going.
We basically all stopped because it was like, well, we're all level 80 with 10 merits, so there's kind of no point in continuing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the limiter, is there's no point in getting more EXP.
So yeah, the consensus so far today is increase the number of merit points that you can hold from 10 to something more than 10, because that would help.
Or at least have some way of spending it without breaking your chain.
There you go.
Because, I mean, if you could just run back to town, like run back to the camp, and just talk to one of the guys and go, yeah, I want to spend my merits. And, you know, it's like, lol, okay, then you can just hop in a teleporter and get back to your party and keep going.
Well, of course, you know, a while too, there was an update. We couldn't even switch from XP to merits on the fly. We had to go to the Monk House to do it back in the day. So why can't they just make it so we can just spend our points on the fly too? Is there any way that people would, you know, abuse that, you think? I don't know.
How would that be broken if you could just spend your merit points in the field?
I can't really think of anything. Like,
the only thing that I'm thinking
like
is
a point of enmity.
It's probably the way that the code's set up, because you can't job change in the field for good reasons.
Yeah.
Well, although actually I heard apparently they fixed that, because it actually was an exploit that you could change jobs, and RMT were using using hacks to change their jobs, which would reset all their job abilities except for 2 hours.
All right, well, what if they put a Moogle in Abyssea where you could go and spend your points?
That'd be great.
Sweet.
Like at the beginning of the zone, you just run back, change.
At the first camp, that would be great.
Spend your merit points and keep going instead of having to go back to, you know, going back.
Imagine how that would affect the story.
That would kind of be weird.
Stories and Moogles, I don't think they really pay any attention to that. Like, Koopelfried is outside of Walk of Echoes. Why is he there? We have no idea. Why does he want our guild when he doesn't know what guild is? No clue. But he's there anyway.
And also why doesn't the Amphiterror thing, whatever, first rule of podcasting, why doesn't it come over and chew his face off every 5 minutes?
Yeah, I don't know. They could add a Moogle into anything and not have to explain it, and we'd be fine with that. Whatever.
Even if it wasn't a Moogle, let's just say it was an NPC.
They could put, like, Prish in Abyssea. It would make no sense, but if we could spend our merits at it, we would be like, whatever, that's cool.
Be like, yes, it's the best Prish ever.
Right, yeah.
So 180k XP in 4 hours.
Yeah, and apparently people have done even better.
Yeah.
The one thing that I do want to point out, I don't know if anyone else does this, but at least people have been trying to do this on Cerberus, is if you can, if you have friends in, the Abyssea alliance that's forming, you can kind of sneak in as like an under-leveled thing. You can go in at like level 40 or something and basically just leech, and you come out like level 65.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
call those
that's something
treasure
that's been seen. Yeah, you can call them a whole bunch of things.
Oh yeah,
leeches I think is usually the most common one that we throw around my link shell. But basically, I mean, you're gonna have somebody that needs to be spend a lot of time opening the chests. So I mean, you can get someone that's a lower level, just have them get a bunch of keys, and they can just sit there and open the chest for everybody while everybody else kills stuff, and it works out really well.
What level can you start doing that?
Anything.
You
really.
can enter
You can go to,
Abyssia
level 10,
at 30, I believe, right?
like 30 or something.
If there's a cap, it's probably 30 for a minimum.
So you're
one
going in at
thing,
level
though, is
30. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
the one thing is, if you're going to be a treasure rat, you have to be really careful about what kind of mob you're fighting, because in Abyssia Kronstadt, one of the popular camps is the lizards.
Mhm.
And as far as I know, the lizards have like AoE fireball, and if you're level 30 and you're getting fireballed from like a level 85 lizard,
You're gonna get
your
one
HP
shot.
Got
just
a
kind
little
of
tickle a bit, yeah.
Yeah, that might hurt a little bit. It's going to leave a
Leave
scar
a scratch in your throat.
Of course, if you're the only one opening chests, you can get a restore chest too, and you'll be all fine and dandy. So
if you survive.
if you survive,
I'm
there's
a
that, too.
Taru. I get one-shotted in Abyssia half the time anyway.
There you go.
That's funny.
I'm a white mage.
From 30, what kind of XP are you getting at level 30 in an alliance?
The same amount.
The same amount.
I actually-
the same amount.
Really?
Well,
Yeah,
I
seems
went
a little
in
broken.
as I went in as Red Mage 56. Actually, someone was like, "Hey, I gotta go because my merits are full. Do you want in?" Like, I was coming in on the tail end of an Abyssia party, so I jumped in. I was like, "Well, sure, it's basically free EXP," and the first kill was worth 1 EXP after I got into the party. Then the next one, they started going from 30 upwards, and then they hit like 100, and then
Yeah.
after about an hour, the rest of the alliance was, "Okay, we're done. Bye." So I got 1 level out of it, but it was something.
Yeah, I mean, your enemy scaled down a little bit in terms of XP, but that XP is still going to go up, just like it goes up for everybody else.
I see.
And if it's a good alliance, then you're going to be getting crazy kills one way or the other. So even if you're only getting 50 EXP a kill, you're getting 50 EXP a kill every 25
Well,
seconds.
and keep in mind, I don't know if the XP from the chests, if that gets capped at all for lower levels, because you get a point where you can get, like
Those aren't. I was getting
1250.
1250. Like,
Yeah,
I was
from
getting
the chest.
full chest EXP, just the same as I would as if I was level 80 white mage.
so I mean,
walking
and
in.
that's probably where a bulk of the XP is going to come from too when you're on a lower job like that, is from just the chests.
Huh. All
Hmm.
right, Elixiru, anything else that you wanted to throw in there?
Not really too much. I mean, basically, yeah. I mean, EXP in Abyssia is pretty crazy. I'm interested to see what they do with the next one, because with the level cap increase, like, are they going to change the EXP rate? Because as far as I know, it caps out. It's at like 600 a kill now. Is that going to go up? And if so, does that mean that the EXP grind, like the EXP curve, is going to go up? Because from 75 to 80, it's 500 EXP higher than the previous thing. It's
Well,
like
the new
46
zones will be there too, so there might be harder mobs than what we're already dealing with. So maybe the EXP will go up.
Yeah, and it's just like, will the scale go up where you need like 5,000 increments, not
Well, it might,
500?
because the last update we had 75 to 80, and in this update we'll probably be seeing 80 to 89. So there's going to be more levels, so that we may see more of a drastic change in the curve.
Someone's
If
coming
it's
to your
just,
door there.
it's just 500 each time, then
hell?
you can basically just power level yourself to 99 once the cap goes up. So
Okay.
it just seems too easy to me. Like,
What are you looking forward to the most with Scars?
oh, I don't know what they're going to add. I mean, only they know what they're going to add, but I'm interested to see what they add, because
Okay.
they hit a home run with Vision. So what are they
Yeah,
going to
it
do with
seemed.
Scar?
It seemed. You know what? That's funny you mentioned that, because I wanted to mention, with Abyssia, I guess we had been so disappointed with, the add-on scenarios that they came out with, and with Abyssia we were like, I don't know about this. We weren't expecting much, and I guess we really got something really, really good, from Abyssia, and it actually was like, wow, this is actually worth the $10 that that it costed me. Whereas, like, I just played Crystalline Prophecy, and now I want to kill myself.
Yeah, like, I would have paid $25 for this. I would have paid more than what I paid for COP.
Yeah, so that's encouraging. All right, I'll rephrase the question. What would you like to see come out of Scars of Abyssea?
More of the same, and I mean, basically more of the same, and hopefully there'll be more mysteries to figure out. It won't be like, oh, well, it's the same 3 chests. Like, what happens if green chests start popping?
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, what do those do?
Right.
So, I'm just hoping that Square is not just going to be like, yeah, we're going to reuse a whole bunch more levels, and by the way, we're putting a reskinned version of Tiamat in as an NM.
All right.
You know.
All right, Defender. How about you, man? What
Steak,
kind of
real quick? You want to grab Tila back?
Tila. Chin, are you still there?
Yeah.
You still awake?
Yep.
Good for you. Hey, welcome back, Tila.
Hi, my net's being a bit stupid. Started to lag a bit.
It's all right.
What you do is
Defender.
you pour syrup into the hard drive. That fixes the net. That's what you got to do.
Oh yeah.
What kind of experience do you have with EXP parties? I mean, obviously we've mentioned some people come out with like ridiculous amounts of XP from these long grinds in Abyssea. What have you run into?
All right, no joke. When I first found out about Abyssea, my friend Earl on my link shell, he was just like, "Hey, come to this Abyssea party." I'm like, "Man, I ain't gonna be about nothing, dog. It's some old summoner burning nonsense." I get to the Abyssea party, and at first I'm like, "All right, this XP kind of blows," but then about an hour or two in, I'm like, "Really, 500 XP per mob every 25 seconds? This is ridiculous." I want to say I got altogether about 4 or 5 million XP out of that shit.
Wow.
Wow.
Hit the Udia button.
Yeah, thanks for that.
There's no Udia button. We might have to just let that slide.
It'll take me like
I'm
5
sorry.
days to edit this week's episode.
Keep going.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Woo. So, just 3 out of 5 of my jobs went to Abyssea, and 3 out of 5 of my jobs within a couple hours was already at level 80, full merits. I told y'all a while back I capped out all my merits on all my jobs. I had time to get on PS3, bowl a little bit. You know what I mean?
Nice.
The XP has been ridiculous, but now my link shell is actually doing the NMs.
Defender X is the newest, PS3 home stalker. So congratulations for that.
I am not a stalker. These girls be coming after me, dog.
Yeah, that's what they always say. Just
8 to 80, dumb, crippling crazy.
yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, back to the subject. We ain't about to get into that drama.
Yeah.
So, they're doing the NMs now. Earl just got the altruistic dagger. And
Arc
pretty
dagger?
much is Auric. Yeah, I'm sorry, the Auric
It's all
dagger.
good.
The one that increases triple attack, which is kind of broken for dancing.
No, it's not triple attack.
Is it
Dual
double
wield.
attack or triple attack?
Dual wield.
One of those two. It makes you swing faster, and it makes your pink prettier. So I'm all the way down.
That's always important.
By the way, shouts out Edward. Keep the pink rocking.
Where is he? He's not here. We haven't heard from him all night.
Yeah, that is weird. He's probably scared of my Soul Calibur challenge.
Maybe.
He ain't ready for Raphael. He's not ready.
You got to talk to Chin about that one because she's the champion.
Man, Chin ain't ready neither. I done challenged her already online. She ran.
Champion of what?
Soul Cal.
Soul Calibur.
Oh, word.
Soul Calibur 4. Chin be running.
Ed is like the guy who like does the same move over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Oh yeah.
Jamming in the corner.
Well, I come from that.
And he'll be like, "Ring out,"
Fighting Ed, you just get to the point where you're like, I'll just try and ring out.
IRL. Like, Ed, what are you doing, man?
Stop hitting square repeatedly.
And just what character did Ed play with?
What's that?
It didn't matter.
What's the
You
chick's
just
name?
keep hitting the
with
same button.
The skinny chick with the. Well, she got like size or something.
Okay, Talum.
Talim, yeah, that's the one.
Oh yeah.
I got something.
You're
for
like,
Talum.
I'm gonna kill you, Ed. Because I'd be like on Vader trying to do something with my lightsaber.
Well, that's your first problem. Vader sucks. He's slow.
He is kind of slow.
You got a chain with
If
Vader.
only
Why are we talking about SoCal?
Of the dark side.
This is PFA, and that's what we do here.
I mean, two things. One, this is like a Final Fantasy podcast. Two, I'm already gonna beat y'all. Why are we still talking about it?
I don't play. I don't really play that game. 'Cause it makes me want to poke myself in the eye. But anyways, Viscia.
Anyways, yeah.
Right.
Ridiculous XP. Even got some really out there rewards. When you open those big Mario chests.
The Mario chests, huh?
Those Mario chests. Back in Super Mario 3, you kick open the chest and a whistle pop.
Yeah.
The whistle
Yeah, they
pops
have-
out.
It's like the big Zelda chest.
Dun, 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 dun.
If we could get a DAT mod for those chests where you open it and it plays like one of those little like Zelda sound bits, that'd be amazing. Everyone would get that.
I hope Square
Well,
Enix.
you
And
could
we
just
put-
map the victory fanfare to it. You open the chest.
No, I want the Zelda chest music.
Yeah.
Do the Zelda chess music, the Mario chess music.
No, Zelda
even
one's
settle.
better.
I'd even settle for some Sonic. I don't care. It's awesome. Those chests is.
Sonic didn't even have chests. That wouldn't make any sense.
Look at the
Sonic had just like
monitors.
little like metal boxes or something. You jumped on and be like boing, and that was it. And you get like a coin or something.
Even that'll work.
No, they were like bubbles, weren't they? Like
No, they're like little metal boxes or something.
Like
No,
TVs.
so it's TV.
oh, TVs. That's right. They were like
TVs
Well,
scattered throughout the countryside that just has naturally formed like loops. Yeah, okay.
And you jump on them and they give you powers.
There you go.
Awesome thing to teach your kids.
If I tried that, I think my TV would probably just stop working. I don't think I would gain anything from it.
You would gain shock to your behind. That's what
I
you
heard
get.
what you said. All right,
Heard what you
moving
said.
on. I heard what you said.
By the way, I just want to tell y'all, I can't go a night without Robin.
Okay.
It literally took me. I was half asleep when I opened that up, and it literally took me a second to get that. I'm like,
It took Fusion a second too.
Yeah, you're not the only one there.
Fusion was like,
I'm like, oh,
It's so bad. It's so bad that you can't even understand it at first.
It's like, who is this dude? I'm like,
Who
is this racist? Is this homosexual? I don't understand what this is.
Is this a Comic-Con thing, or what am I doing? What is this?
So long
Nerd
after
sending
this
me in the
episode.
middle of the night. That's not porn.
Okay.
This episode is gonna come out like a month from now.
Anyways, no, we don't have to edit that. All right.
Don't edit that. That's gold.
Wow.
Gotta
I
get your
don't know if there's
sponsorship
really
from
much we can
Pop-Tarts.
add from that.
It's really not. Just it's a sick amount of experience points. It's ridiculously awesome. And you asked what is his name? Elixir?
Elixiroo.
Yeah, you asked Elixiroo what you were looking for in the next expansion.
Mm-hmm.
I know y'all
Same
were upset
question.
about the whole. I know you're upset about the whole armor thing, but I'm looking forward to that because one, I didn't spend 12 million on Ares. Two, I cut off my flat top in the 90s, so I'm not afraid of change.
Okay.
Just to
Okay.
let y'all know about that. Three, SE did a really good job with this last expansion. Like it seemed like they actually bit the bullet and listened to all the complaining that the North American players did
Mm-hmm.
and actually produced something completely awesome. Yes, better late than never. But I mean, it was completely awesome and wonderful, and more of the same. Increase in the merit cap would be completely ridiculous. I hope they got a pencil and paper listening to this right now, because that would be ridiculous awesome. Have your merit capped about 20, 30, 40, whatever.
All right. Or even if they didn't, just have an NPC or something that you could, spend your merit points with, or maybe change them in so that you can spend them later, or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That'll
trade
be,
them for a key item or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Key item, IOU, 10 merit points.
Yeah. Exactly. I owe you 10 merits.
You can only do
And
it
you know
at
what?
10.
And you know what? On a personal note, Paladins get Provoke. And what's the other thing? Oh, yeah. More Ballista. That's what I want.
More ballista.
More Ballista. More PvP. More get in the ring and quit all your yapping about your armor. Let's see what you can do with it.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
The third area for scars is going to be Bibiki Bay. Then you can go to the island and you can do like Abyssia Brenner or something.
It's Abyssia, and you can actually get like gangster XP out of it.
That would be
Yeah.
interesting.
That would be sweet.
That would be you know how many people will be PvPing it up if you can get the same amount of experience points as you can in Abyssia.
Yeah, but they better put a conflicts out there because I don't think anyone's going to want to waste 20 minutes on a boat just to get to it.
That's true.
I'm on a
Use that
boat.
swimsuit.
I'm on a
Use your
boat.
swimsuit.
That's all I'm going to sing.
Use your swimsuit.
Use your swimsuit.
The
Yes.
swimsuit doesn't go to the Abyssia version, though.
They should change
Abyssia swimsuits, go.
Yeah. You know, because in the Great War, where the warriors have like got their behind, they got time to get into bathing suits and whatnot
Mhm.
and go clamming.
The world's
'Cause,
in
you know,
disarray. We totally
Abyssia
lost the
clan.
war. Let's go
I'm
and
looking-
then chill on the island. Get some
I'm looking
swimwear
for some Abyssia clamming. Why not? Clam and Abyssia. Let's go.
Clam
Yes.
up an NM and it eats your face.
Eat your alliance face.
Ergonite NM that's like 20 stories tall. It's like, you're not getting me in that bucket.
Alexander just shows up just cuz.
Like, what are you doing clamming in Abyssia? You about to die.
You have
Instead
30
of breaking
minutes,
the
and
bucket,
this
it
is
tries
how
to
you're
drink.
spending your time. Lamming.
Oh, actually, sorry to interrupt and like take control of the show. Do we want to talk about potentially like about the new armor and stuff other than wine, my Ares? I'm. I totally. I. That sounds mean. I totally understand where you're coming from, Fusion. I'm thinking with the new Magian trials, I'm betting that they're not going to introduce any new things at the start of the tree. They're just going to add more onto the end. So you still have to go out and like hope that 100 tree ants show up during weather.
Okay.
Like I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
but
like,
that doesn't seem like
you
a
get-
trend that they're doing. You know, they usually make the Magian trials actually doable. So, making them not doable would be counterproductive.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my 2 cents, though. Feel
right.
free to keep wailing on Fusion, though. That's fun. That's fun.
All right, hey, Elixir and Defender X, thank you guys very much for joining us on the show. We're going to move on to our next topic.
No,
was
worries.
that?
See?
You guys have a wonderful evening and stay in touch.
You
And
know
one
how
last
we
thing.
do.
Sorry about that, Fusion.
It's all good.
Later on, guys.
I saw Fusion was hating it.
Later
Rule
on,
number
guys.
1, never apologize to Fusion X.
Ouch.
Ooh, I cut him off. My bad, dude. He started talking, and I was like, my bad, man. All
That's
right.
how it happens, right? Like they want to get one thing in real quick, and you're like, I already hit the button.
Okay. Right. Our next topic is NMs. And I've got Earth Digger queued up for the NM.
I know that guy.
Yeah, we do.
Bull.
Oni.
Earth Digger!
Yo,
You are live on Pet Food Alpha.
am I coming through okay?
Yeah, sound alright to me.
Cool.
Welcome to the show. We just got done talking a little bit about EXP in Abyssia. Now we're going to switch gears here and talk a little bit about NMs. Under NMs, we have examples of drops, weaknesses, etc. So, what experience do you have with NMs in Abyssia?
Well, I've actually been going through with 2 different groups doing the Abyssia NMs lately. One with my usual event group and one with a link shell that's just dedicated to doing the Abyssia NMs. And so I've had a bit of experience fighting the different ones of them, trying to farm up pop items, trying to go after Atma, which I still haven't managed to get any of them yet.
What is the motivation for going after NMs in Abyssia?
Oh, there's a lot of things. A number of them are used in several quests that can give you some nice Abyssite for... Well, you can use them for going after other NMs or even for getting XP. One example is Lugarhu, a Null NM in Abyssia Lothane. In addition to dropping one of the best shoes for Monk, he's also used in a quest that will give you an Abyssite that... You know those stat enhancements you can buy with Kruor at the base camp?
Mm-hmm.
That quest gives you an Abyssite that upgrades that to plus 20 to each relevant stat instead of just plus 10.
Whoa.
So that's pretty sweet. And there's also Abyssite out there to just flat out increase the amount of XP you get from the mob. They can increase your... basically make it as if you have more Azure Light than you do. More for Ruby Light and Amber Light as well. There's just all these neat things, and the NMs are just intertwined into everything about Abyssia.
Definitely. Now, apart from just Abyssites and Atma, we'll talk about those in a little bit. There are some very, very, very nice drops from some of these.
Like, give me an example.
About a helmet with 12 strength and 24 attack.
Mm-hmm. That does.
And accuracy minus 20, but it's not an issue for some of the jobs. Thube Amulet has strength 2, attack 10. Samurai can use it, which is nice because Samurai hasn't had a bomblet prior to the last update. There's the Hefuk mitts that we talked about earlier. They have strength plus 13 on there, so that's going to beat the Alki bracelets out on just pure strength.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good stuff. There's also what a lot of people are saying are the Artifact 3 accessories. They have one that's it's a Lancer's Torque, has I think it's what is it? It's like 5 strength, a little bit of accuracy, and then it'll also enhance Wyvern Breath. Then Dancer has one that has I think enhanced dual wield. Puppet Master has one that'll enhance the martial arts.
Yeah, as if we didn't have enough dual wield as it is.
Right. I mean, there's a sickly amount of dual wield stuff that you can get, with Abyssia now. But there's a lot of really, really cool drops that you can get out of those. One thing that you can do with these NMs, and this is kind of new, this is kind of interesting, is each NM will have a weakness. There's a couple of different ways that you can trigger this. When you do trigger it, you'll see 2 exclamation marks above, appear right above the enemy's head. And there's a couple of different ways that you can flag that. Quick shout out to Corinth, translated some stuff from Famitsu. They had posted a little bit about this. So there's a couple different colors. Red, which is triggered by elemental-based weapon skills, will give an effect of terror to the mob for, I think people have been saying, maybe about 10 seconds. It'll also increase it either gives or increases the possibility of dropping an Atma.
Okay.
Blue. Oh, really? So it's specifically the magical weapon skill exclamation parts that enable you to get Atma.
According to this, that very well may be the case. I don't know if it opens it up to be able to drop or if it increases it. I'm not sure.
Huh, because I managed to get that on the Thube Amulet NM the other day, but that one doesn't drop an Atma. But it was still pretty cool to see it happen. We got it using Tachi Jinpu, I believe.
Okay, yeah, that'll do it. That's wind. You can get blue by doing physical-based weapon skills, and this will give an amnesia effect to the mob. And then lastly, we have yellow, which is triggered by magic, which will give the effect of silence to the mob. Now, this bit from Famitsu says that the most powerful one is probably the red one, and it also gives the chance to drop the Atma. But if you use it repeatedly, it could actually decrease the chance. So if you're fighting a mob and you see the exclamation marks above their head, whatever you just did, don't do it again. Because that will actually kind of hurt you, instead of helping you out. The weaknesses of these NMs actually change too. So you could pop one NM and, its weakness is like Tachi Jinpu or something, and then the next time it'll be like, Tachi, like Kaguro, or, some other, elemental-based weapon skill. So it's not always going to be the same. I don't know if there's, like a pattern, or if there's, a set number of things like, okay, this mob, there's, there can be up to 5 different weapon skills that could proc the weakness. I'm not sure what the deal's with that right now. This is still something that I think a lot of people are still kind of trying to figure out and understand just what exactly, what kind of benefit this has. But definitely something interesting. I mean, I'm not a big fan of using, weapon skills that aren't, Gecko Kasha and, all those, but if it gives me an Atma, or does anything to that's beneficial, then I'll be all for it.
It might be based on what the element of the magical weapon skill is, and so if you can get at least one elemental from each element in your alliance and just try each them out on the mob, you might be able to just hit it eventually.
Yeah. And the Famitsu article actually says that warriors are really good for this because they can just use so many weapons. They also talk about get like a TP wing. I think you can get those at the beginning with Kruor.
Yes, you can.
Just grab a bunch of those. That way you can throw TP up real quick. Weapon skill with like a staff or something. Something that you may not normally do, and try and get that weakness to show up. So it's I don't know. It's kind of cool. I mean, and on one side it can give you some good drops. On the other side, it kind of has a purpose for old weapon skills that nobody would want to use ever again. So
yeah, it is kind of funny that they added that in the same update, where we got all those new weapon skills, and a lot of them are elemental weapon skills that no one wants to use.
That's true. Yeah.
One example being Aeolian Edge.
Mm-hmm. Of course, with that one, you have to be careful because that's an AoE one. So
yeah, my Link Shell leader for the Abyssea NM only Link Shell that I'm in wanted me to use it on one NM, but we were kiting it around those turtle monsters.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to tell him, dude, it's an AoE, and not only is it an AoE, it's got this huge range.
Yeah.
So we need to get it out of here if you want me to do that.
Yeah.
Because I actually tried Dust Slash earlier, but it hit for 0, so that probably won't trigger it.
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, definitely some interesting stuff in there. Also for NMs, there's actually a quest you can get for each area, and there's an NM you can fight for this particular quest, and you can earn Abysssites from doing these quests. Before we get into that, was there any other NM stuff that you wanted to cover? Do we have people for Abyssite stake?
We do not. We do not.
We do not.
Everybody wanted to talk about XP today.
I think Atmo was after that. All right, so we'll just.
Yeah, that's fine. We can just keep rolling.
All right.
I closed my Abyssite tab.
Yes, you did.
Because I am awesome, and gosh darn it, people like me. All right. So there's a bunch of different Abysssites that you can get in Abyssea. There's actually some that you can just straight up purchase for Kruor. These would be the Ivory Abysssites. You can get Expertise that will reduce the reuse time for Martellos. There is Confluence, which will reduce the cost of vertical confluxes, which is really nice. And then I think even better is the Ivory Abyssite of Sojourn, which will increase the amount of time that each one of your Traverser Stones is good for. It'll add another 3 minutes onto it. So if you get, if you go into Abyssea, you have 3 Traverser Stones that you want to use, you'll get an extra 9 minutes. And initially, when Abyssea came out, that didn't really seem like a whole lot. But even just 3 minutes, can be the difference between you getting booted out of a an XP run or anything like that. I mean, I've had runs I've been in where I'll be at a minute and we'll get a time chest.
I've lost track of how many times I've seen someone time out and then we get a time extension in 30 seconds later.
Yeah. I've had some very, very close calls with time chests in Abyssea. There's also, I talked a little bit about the ones you can get from doing quests. And those ones are... need to bring it up. For some reason, I had this whole window open.
Well, did you want to talk about the 3 main quests that are kind of more like
that's what I was gonna bring up.
Yeah, those aren't actually the toughest monsters in the zone. Some of them actually drop an item used to pop an even bigger NM, but they're like the second highest NMs around.
All right, yeah, the first one, and we have one of these in each zone. The first one that you do will allow you to it'll let you equip Atmos. So that's kind of nice. Atmos, I haven't actually had any drop for me yet, unfortunately. They're not the easiest drop rate ever. But, it's kind of nice if you get them to be able to equip them. We'll talk a little bit about Atmos in a minute here. But the second Abyssite that you can get from the quest... I know I had it open. This is terrible. I feel so unprepared.
The second one increases chest drops across the board.
That's what it was. Yeah. So
I'm actually working on getting that one now. I've already got the Lunar Abyssite. Yeah,
so, I mean, before we talked a little bit about lights, how you can get a certain light to increase the drop rate of a particular colored chest. This Abyssite will just increase the rate that they all drop, which is really, 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 really nice. There's a million different kinds of Abyssites out there. There are some that will reduce the amount of XP that you lose when you level or when you die in Abyssea. There are some. There's one that you can get from a quest that will give you temporary items when you get visitation status. But yeah, I mean, there's quite a few different Abyssites out there, and really they're all pretty nice. So a lot of these are from NMs. You can buy a few of them. You can get some from doing quests, and that's probably one thing too. We should mention. I think it was on our outline. I actually kind of forgot and added it in at the last second. Fame. There's each Abyssea zone has a level of fame, just kind of like each of the 3 nations do. Except to build up fame in this one, you don't need to trade cabbage to some guy in Selbina. You actually have to go around and do a bunch of quests. Some of these areas are a little more difficult. I think Conchet is probably the most difficult one.
Lothane is definitely the easiest, though.
Lothane is so easy.
You can just do the fishing rod quest over and over again, and you can just, rather than repair it, you can just buy a cheap 30 gil little fishing rod in Sandoria, and just trade that each time, and then sell the broken fishing rod.
Yeah, and in Lothane, you have to, there's the guys from the Lushang's quest, and they're like, my brother's over here, he needs a fishing rod, can you repair this? And they'll give you the broken fishing rod. Well, you can just buy a bunch of fishing rods in Sandoria, which works out because, I mean, it's pretty close to the mall. Just go in, you trade it, you exit Abyssea, and then you go back in, and you just repeat it a whole bunch of times. So that's a great way to build it.
Kind of in the middle. There's 2 quests you can do pretty early on. One is trading in sanguinettes, the other is trading in hardened bones. But both those items are only gotten in Abyssea and are actually kind of expensive because the hardened bone requires you to go into Abyssea and not XP, and instead go out there and do excavation.
Yeah.
Although I've managed to get a couple while waiting for a puller to pull the course NM over to a camp. But the other one, the sanguinettes, are dropped off of the mules, and I've never really seen anyone XP off of those. So
yeah, I don't know if I've seen that either.
Second place for me is, there's repeatable quests where you can just trade an item to an NPC, but it's not like those items are going to be very cheap because they're not that common.
Yeah, I think probably the most difficult zone is probably Conchet, just because there's different levels of fame, and at different levels, different quests will open up to you. But for Conch-Chat, to even get into the quest line, you need to do a Martello refueling quest. And in order for that
to find one,
Martello
you need to be able to find one.
I mean, I've taken to, whenever I'm doing NMs with my groups, I tell them, look, if you're low on MP, don't rest. Go up to a Martello. Make things nicer for people like me.
Yeah, that's how I ended up doing mine. We were doing an NM run, and I forget what I was on, but they were like, yeah, I think, like ranged and black mages for this one. I'm like, oh, all right, well, I'm just going to, I'm going to go run back. I forgot to get an enhancement, and then I'm like, they used the Martello too, so I'm going to go flag that quest real quick and come back and get that. Because in order to do anything else, you need to do the refuel Martello quest. And for those of you that don't know what a Martello is, it's basically they take the mantlets from campaign and they repurpose them because they don't want to make anything new. And you can restore your HP, your MP, remove status effects and everything from those. And there's a fuel limit that it has on there, and it needs to be below a certain point in order for you to be able to refill it. And you can't do any other quests in Conch-Chat unless you've done this particular quest. And in order to do this one, you need to find a Martello that's below that certain fuel limit. And it's a pain in the butt.
No one ever wants to use it. It's the Red Mage syndrome, where people have something powerful, but there's a limit to it. And so they hold on to it just in case they might need it, and then never wind up using it. Because there's a 3-minute limit on those Martellos, but people don't want to waste their Martello usage, and so they just rest to restore their MP. And we're in Abyssia for like an hour and a half. They could have used the Martello 3 times in that time.
Yeah.
And of course, an instance didn't come up where they would have really, really needed it, and it would have been an emergency. And, well, even when those do come up, people don't really remember to run over to a Martello.
Right. Huh.
So, do your part. Use Martellos.
Yes. One of the Abyss sites you can get from Conch-Chat, you can get one that'll increase drop rate of the red chest. You can get one that'll actually increase the maximum HP and MP and other beneficial effects. It says they will get greater potency, so that's pretty cool. There's a whole bunch of different types of Abyss sites. My favorite quest so far is over in Thorongni. It's actually a very, very easy quest. All you have to do is you just pop a Mandy and you run it to an NPC, and that's it. That's all you have to do. And your reward is a pair of augmented dance shoes. And you can get, I've heard of at least 2% Waltz potency on these shoes, which is pretty big because there's not really that many items in the game that provide Waltz potency.
Right.
There's an earring that no one's going to be getting because it's from one of those stupid campaign area-controlled BCs. There's like an ammo slot, and then there's AF. So for them to introduce any more Waltz potency is really cool. Really easy to do. I got shoes with 1%, and that took like 20 tries. Those dance shoes also NPC for like 7K. So even if you don't get the augment you want, you're still making a decent buck out of it. Or quid, because, quid is like a buck.
That was a good return to that one, Fusion.
That's how I do.
Good job.
But some cool stuff in there. A lot of it's kind of tedious. Some of the stuff you really got to work at. Conch-Chat is hard to get into, and even after that, really the only good repeatable quests require you to turn in items that you can only get in Abyssia, so you're either going to have to pay a lot of money, or you're going to have to spend a lot of time farming up stuff.
Yeah, there is one that asks you to take pictures of NMs, though, and so if you're in an NM group, that isn't too difficult to get.
That's in Conch-Chat, too. Conch-Chat has all the worst quests. It's terrible.
I still need to work my way through the quest line until I can reach that one, though.
Yeah.
So
actually, at the end, you actually need to take a picture of Kukulkan, which is also needed for the main quest for that area. So, it
Kukulkan is a Peist, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's on the album art.
Macaulay Kukulkan.
Macaulay Kukulkan. And I got kind of lucky because, I was able to flag that quest before we fought him. And I got even luckier because out of all the pictures I took, I think only 1 or 2 of those were actually usable, which is another big issue. I mean, I feel so sorry for somebody if they, popped Kukulkan, took them a long time to get the pop items. They took a bunch of pictures, went to tournament for the quest, and none of them were good. Like, oh man, that would suck. But yeah, I mean, all the quests definitely worth it. They're not gonna,
I can understand that because you don't want to fight a Heist from the front, do you? Because of their
well, and
attack.
it's a kiting fight too. It's not like you just sit there and straight tank and you kite them around a rock. So it's very difficult to get the head on the shot.
Engage.
Yeah.
Close to it.
And have it not move, which is pretty much impossible when you're kiting it. So it's tricky. I mean, I'm sure if you tried to set it up, you could probably hold it for a minute and, like, all right, everybody take your damn pictures so we can keep this going. But some cool stuff to get out of it.
Like, do it by getting into the kite.
Man, you guys are getting me so excited about this now.
So
excited.
Good. Have you reactivated yet?
I have, and I was actually in game this week. Believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for the reaction from the FFO chat guys on that one. But yeah, I'm getting like super excited about Abyssea. I haven't purchased Abyssea yet because I've been really tight on money these last couple weeks here. But man, I'm like pumped because it sounds so fun.
It is fun.
Yeah, man.
I think that just leaves us with Atma. So basically, in order to even be able to use this, you need to do one of the quests that involve killing one of those bigger NMs. In Kronstadt, it's the Pais Kukulkan. In Lethane, it's a Gigas, and then in Thorongni, it's It's probably the worm. It's probably Glavoid.
Yeah, Glavoid.
Yeah. But some of these things are sickening. I know the other day my Link Shell actually did a run where they fought the Gigas, and I was doing stuff and totally lost track of time, so I wasn't there. And they actually had the Atma drop, which makes me sad because not only was it the first Atma that our shell has seen, it was also one that would be very, 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 very nice for me since I do DD. It adds 40 strength, 50 attack, and an unknown amount of ranged attack.
The Gigas is actually the one I got the Lunar Abyssite off of.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but we didn't really use many weapon skills on it. We were just having tanks hold it and having mages nuke it. It was a very tough fight. We probably could have done it in an easier method, and one that would have let me try out at least Aeolian Edge on it or something.
Yeah, some of the other...
Monk, damn it.
Some of the other Atmas that you can get, there's one Atma of the Voracious Violet, which drops off Eccentric Eve, will give you, I think it's like 50 strength, it'll give you double attack, and it gives you a regain. Like, what?
Yeah.
You're like, what?
That's crazy. Strength, double attack, and regain. That is like every melee's best friend right there.
It seems like they're trying to do with Abyssea what they kind of did with Besieged and Campaign, where they give you a whole bunch of completely broken stuff that only
I'm waiting
works.
for Artifact 3 to have like Abyssea, like while in Abyssea stats or something.
No, that would be lame, wouldn't it?
It would be,
I mean,
and that's
you've
why
noticed all
it's
that
gonna
gear that
happen.
comes out for Campaign that gives you new weapon skills, regain, like plus 50 to stats, and you're just walking around like a god. And they're doing it once again in Abyssea. They're giving out all this cool stuff.
Yeah. I mean, there's Atmos for all kinds of things. Some that enhance, defense, subtle blow when attacked. Some of them have, like resist poison and stuff. There's a whole bunch of them. And of course, for all this stuff, and the Abyssates wiki has a really good, some good pages to see what all of those do and where you can get them.
Typerton here. Do you guys think that Abyssea is like the last big hurrah for Final Fantasy XI? Feel free to be honest.
I feel
almost.
I know.
It almost feels that way just because some of this stuff seems just so outrageous, and I think part of that is because of the level cap increase.
Yeah.
It seems a bit like what I heard about the origins of Final Fantasy, like Final Fantasy 1, how they called it Final Fantasy because they figured, okay, we're going under, this is going to be our last game, let's put all our heart into it, put it out there. And so I feel that that's kind of what they're doing here is, they're putting it out there because it can be the last thing. They acknowledge that Final Fantasy 11 might die when 14 comes out, and so they're putting all this effort into it, making it, all this outrageous, cool stuff, and it might die, and it might be the last hurrah.
Or it might not.
It might vitalize
Or
the game.
14 could bomb, and 11 will keep going.
We don't know. So it could or could not be the last hurrah. We don't know.
So was that a legit question?
Yeah.
No.
I think so.
What do you guys was that the last? No, we still have a couple more things to talk about, don't we? No?
Oh, we have like an email and
okay.
that's about it.
What do you guys see post Abyssea happening?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Abyssea is something that they're giving us to do to, increase our levels to the cap.
The thing I'm seeing, I mean, right now, just Vision of Abyssea is so good. Like, and obviously with each level increase, we get another Abyssea. And it just seems like, okay, at 99 we'll have, Heroes of Abyssea, and that'll be that content geared for that level, and that'll be it.
Right.
Like, and some of this stuff is just so good. I don't know how they would be able to top it. It's almost like they're overdoing it to the point where some of the stuff is so awesome that I don't know how they could one up it.
What about for level cap 99 in the future? Do you guys see them giving us some sort of playground for us to play in at level 99? I mean, obviously,
I think it might just be
Abyssea. You can continue to do Abyssea, but what's after that?
I mean, that's my big issue. I mean, up to this point, before June, you had your more traditional XP parties. Now it's just get into Abyssea, get it leveled. You're at that cap, and then you just kill some NMs, get some gear, and that's it. And that's what it's going to be for the next two updates.
The experience parties have continued to evolve after time because there was Drugs of Argon, and that drastically changed things. But I don't really think that counts. But they've got Fields of Valor, which has made getting through the early stages easier than ever. And then once you hit 60, there's Campaign, which enables you don't even need a party anymore. You just rush through, and then you can get to like 70 or so, and then there's Abyssea. So,
well, and even then, you don't need that. If you can find someone that just lets you pick chess, at 30, you can get into Abyssea and just ride it out.
I'm talking about things you're actually participating. I mean, technically, you can go into Abyssea, into Campaign at level 10, but you won't be able to do much.
Okay, so Earth Digger, what would you like to see in both Scars of Abyssea and Heroes of Abyssea? How would you like to see this thing evolve?
Well, being a hardcore quest nut, I would like to see them improve upon the quests and actually get some really good quest lines going out there. Possibly even having more quests outside of Abyssea that tie into Abyssea stuff, or possibly give you things such as Abyssite, so that you don't always have to be in Abyssea to be working on improving your Abyssea experience.
More story with those quests too would be really good.
Yeah, there's only 10 quests per zone, and what story there is kind of nice, but like I said, it'd be nice.
What's there is good, but they need to expand that a little more.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, Earth Digger, thanks a lot for joining us. It was good to have some different perspective other than like, I can talk about when I got like 1 million XP in one party. It was awesome. And there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. But it's good to get another perspective. So, thank you very much for joining us, and keep in touch.
Will do.
All right, man. Hey, thanks a lot. Take care, man.
You too.
Peace out.
Take care.
Peace.
All right, I think Chinchilla fell asleep.
I was thinking the same thing.
I'm not tired.
There was
Right.
BRB when I went BRB, and there was no back part to it.
All right. So while Chin is snoozing, we'll move along. We got an email, right?
Give me like 2 seconds here, because I need to plug in a mouse, because my wireless mouse is like on the fritz here.
Really?
It's been doing that lately. I don't know what the deal is. It just
You want to read that email? We got this spam email that was all in Chinese, and I just translated it. And
What?
I'm thinking about writing her back and say,
really
thank you for your interest in our...
like serious.
Yeah,
That's weird.
check it out.
Wait, give me a minute. I need to. The mouse needs to. Oh, here we go.
In Chinese, it says, highly effective foreign trade development system. You are good. The Leopard foreign trade customer development software
Wow.
has search speed to be quick. The search quality is high. The information rate of accuracy is high. Invested cost low characteristic.
It's good to know.
Doesn't translate very well. But anyway, in any event, we do have an email. And I think that you wanted to go over that one?
Yeah, I'll go over this one.
Do it.
Kind of talks about me.
Okay.
Says, hey, I just started listening to the show maybe 6 months ago. I noticed something that has been bugging me. What's up with Fusion X? I mean, I love the show, but man, this guy is a jerk. It's like he has no sense of humor whatsoever. Is there any reason he has to live his life as an elitist, pompous, stiff, and arrogant man? Please tell him to lighten up, laugh once in a while. Realize that life isn't so serious. No one likes the dude that thinks he's above everyone else. More often than not, that same person is anything but. Oh well, keep up the great work, guys. Much love, Kaliko Callista Quetzalcoatl Server. Okay.
What do you have to
Fair
say
enough.
for yourself, Fusion?
I have quite a bit to say for myself here, alright? I really don't know if I would want to say I prefer the term elitist. I would say that I am informed, alright? You know, so there's a lot of people out there. My biggest pet peeve is that, you know, people will come in, they'll be like, so what's new? Like, oh, there was an update. What did they add in the update? You know, oh, man, I just wonder, you know, if only there was a website that people could go to that would tell them all the things that they're doing with the game. I mean, there's a certain amount of common sense that I think you need to play an MMO. You know, if there's, you know, a body piece that has 2 strength, and there's a body piece that's a higher level that has 5 strength, and you're looking for something to weapon skill in, use the one with the higher stats. There's just some things that you should not use. Now, I mean, you could say, you know, I'm an elitist jerk, or maybe I'm just more informed. Who knows? I mean, if you're using some of this crappy gear out there, people are going to laugh at you. And you know what? I might be inclined to join them, because there's people all over the place talking about how one piece of gear is better than another. You know, there's tests. And, you know, it's blatantly obvious that one thing is better than another, and you're still using the crappy one. Especially after the crew war items with Abyssia. Like, what? Why would you use some of this stuff, you know? You know, there's some things... I don't understand why, you know, being informed is me being an elitist, because, you know, I read stuff, I know things, and when people don't keep informed, you know, it's like people that don't go to school, like, you know, they try and tell you things. It's like, how do you know this? It's like, I just do. Well, have you got an education about it? Like, how much do you know about this? So, whatever. You know, call me elitist, that's fine. But, I don't know. And then what else did he say? He said I'm like pompous and full of myself. All right, that's a fair accusation. I think I've done you know, quite a bit to make me feel you know, kind of full of myself, give me some high self-esteem, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There is something wrong, however. This person that wrote the email tried typing their name into FFXIH auction house. This person doesn't even exist. So if you're going to come out and send us an email and try and call me out, at least have the guts to use your real character name. And that's the email.
Okay.
I kind of want to know who.
Vision,
really
you're
sent-
such a jerk. God.
I know. It happens.
We did have another email.
Yep. You want to read that one?
Yeah, it comes from Katie Cat. She says, lately on the podcast, you guys have been talking about Final Fantasy XIV, and that's cool. But where you're going wrong is where you act as if Final Fantasy XI is going to be dead within a year of Final Fantasy XIV's release. I have 2 points to make. First, simply this. I don't think you're getting an accurate read of the Final Fantasy XI players. You're getting the feelings from your friends, link shells, forum sites like BG and Wiki. But I would bet at least half of the game, maybe more, will at least keep playing for Final Fantasy XI. To this point, I say you're right, because with the discount you're going to get for having both active, I will continue to have both accounts, and I think that most people will as well. So there's that. Secondly, she says it would be fiscally retarded for Square Enix to throw away money. Final Fantasy XI is making a ton of money, so let's say after Final Fantasy comes out, the player base of Final Fantasy XI drops to 250k players, which is about half. Right? I don't know what the...
Yeah, I'm not sure the last time they actually released
boot.
numbers.
Let's say
we should have had a census by now, shouldn't we?
Yeah,
That seems kind of overdue at this point.
Yeah. A boot. Let's say a boot half.
All right, Canadian.
Yeah. And let's say the average player spends $15 a month on Final Fantasy XI, so that's 15 bucks times 12 equals 180 bucks per year per person, times 250k is like 400. That's 4.5 mil. So it says if it costs more than 2 or 3 million to run and play, the devs will make stuff for Final Fantasy XI. I would be shocked. So they would be making 40 plus. Well, that's at 40. Is that 45 mil? Okay, 45 mil. So they'd be making 40 plus mil a year. What company in their right mind would ever just throw that kind of money away just to get players on the new game when Final Fantasy XI is making them money? Now, their shareholders would hang them, obviously. I love the show, and you guys make me laugh, but I just wish you would think about things like this, because the more you sing doom and gloom of Final Fantasy XI, the more likely you are to get players that were on the fence about staying in the game to quit. Signed, Katie Cat.
Oddly enough, just this past week, there's been a lot of negativity about 14. So, I mean, really,
like
this
what?
stuff could go either way. Surplus XP. I don't know if you heard about this. After a certain point, if you've been leveling the same discipline for a certain amount of time, your gain will decrease by, I think people have been saying, by maybe 80, 90% or something like that. And in order to be able to get the regular amount of XP back, you need to actually go and level other disciplines.
Oh.
Wow, that's weird. Why?
Because that's the way Square Enix made it.
Oh, that's how it is in the beta, right?
Right, and that's one thing too. That's how it is in the beta. Of course,
they want you to try it. They also
came out this week and said that there won't be an auction house at launch because they want to test the retainer system more. Which last time I checked, testing stuff was what the beta was supposed to do, but clearly the game is being
rushed. How much
rushed.
time have you spent in the market wards?
Not that much. It's
neither.
chaos. You can't. It's too hard to find anything. There's no organization. It's terrible. But I mean, really, at this point, it could go any way. 14 could be a success, and people could leave 11, or 14 could bomb, and people go back into 11.
I think it should be known that I don't think at any time we've sung doom and gloom on 11. Obviously, we all love 11 very much, or else we wouldn't be doing this. Obviously, also 14 is exciting as well, and it's a very fun game. Obviously, it has its issues too, but we're not.
And it's also just starting off too. Any MMO isn't going to be perfect right out of the gate.
And we're going to continue to do the show just like we've said in the past.
Yep.
The Square says as long as people are supporting 11, they'll keep supporting the game. So,
And also might be a good time to mention too, we'll be doing a live show for our 14 podcast, Aetheryte Radio, next Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do a beta Q&A people from the beta are actually able to share their experiences now. So we're going to be taking questions and stuff, both from email and live chat about that. We also have a very, very big announcement about the future of Aetheryte Radio. We've been kind of running this one format for the past year or so, and now the game's coming out. We have an entirely new format that we want to let you guys know about, and I think it'll be very, very, very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait, dude. I'm pumped to finally. We've been working on this format for actually since Aetheryte Radio started, because we wanted to be able to do something big, something different. And next week we finally get to tell people about it. So
I'm excited.
It'll be a lot of fun.
All right. With those emails out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our show. But as usual, we'll ask some questions from the FFO chat audience. So,
oh no,
yeah,
my Ustream program is like tweaking out.
No.
Technically, we're at the end, so I'm just gonna not do anything to it.
Yeah, don't do anything.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, we can still take questions and stuff. I don't know if it'll make the recording or not.
Questions, go. I
didn't break it; it broke itself.
Yeah. Questions for me and Fusion. Teal, are you still there?
I'm still here, just about. I actually have a question. So it's 14's out next month.
Next month, yeah.
Collector's edition on the 22nd and standard edition on the 30th.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't think I'll be bothering just yet with it.
Yeah, I would say for you'd probably want to wait for the PS3 version, just because I don't know if your computer would be able to handle it.
Unless
I did order the collector's edition, yes.
I did too, yeah.
Am I single? No, I'm taken, sorry. How did it feel to be a troll? Oh, it was fun.
To troll a troll. How did it feel to troll a troll?
Fantastic. And it was actually kind of short notice. It wasn't as well planned out as I had hoped it would have been, but oh well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to play 14 or not yet. Because I have, like, Cataclysm coming out soon.
No, I'm not taking my 11. It's actually a real-life woman. Sorry. As much as I love my Moogle, I'm just not into him in that way.
Why does it say I can't send a channel pound pet food alpha?
That's steak eating.
I have no idea. Ustream thing's acting up. Your FFO chat is messing up.
No.
It's utter chaos is what's going on right now.
My favorite food? That's a good one. My favorite food. Philly cheesesteaks, I think.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Is it steak?
It is steak. Believe it or not. Philly cheesesteak. We'll go with that. I like lots of stuff, though.
I'm waiting like a couple of years from now, we'll hear the news that like Steak ate himself to death. But like Pizza the Hut.
Next Aetheryte Radio show will be live next Saturday. August 28th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ish.
My favorite food? Probably pizza.
That's mine. Damn it, you can't have my food.
We can share. We can get a big pizza. We can both have some.
Okay. I'm a
There you go.
vegetarian, so I have boring pizza.
That's fine.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with
Work
veggie
it out.
pizza, dude.
It's like
I
peppers,
love-
mushrooms, and onion.
I
Lots of
love veggie pizzas. I like sushi too a lot.
I'll take pretty much like anything on a pizza.
I like sushi.
I like the deluxe or the Supremes, whatever. It has like the green pepper and the.
I will tear a sushi bar up. What other questions? These are good questions. I always wanted to ask
Great.
Sade Sunday what his favorite pizza topping was.
Starting city for 14. all the way.
Chin says Limsa.
People that say Limsa need to get out. Dude, I am so sick of Limsa after testing Limsa for over a long...
I haven't been testing Limsa for that long, so like I could start in Limsa and, because I know where to...
Dude. Ul'dah is in Thanalon, and the Thanalon music is freaking awesome.
Gridania. I don't know.
Gridania looks cool too. I'm definitely gonna try out Gridania. Check that out, but I'm totally Ul'dah all the way.
Where do the Taru type people live?
The races aren't specific to a particular city-state in 14.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, they're just kind of all over.
Hmm.
Well, if you start in Limsa, if you played the beta, you'll know where to go, who to talk to.
See, that's what I've been saying. There's going to be like, two types of people when the game starts. Those that start in Limsa because they know where everything is from the beta, and those that start in Gridania and Ul'dah because they are sick to death of Limsa.
Yeah.
What's this
cool.
terrestrial avatar thing?
Oh, in Abyssia, yeah. There's
I haven't even been to Abyssia.
NMs they have the avatar models. One of them, I believe it's Boomy in Abyssia Thorongni, will drop the Abyssite of Lenity, I want to say it is, which is, I think that's the XP decreased when dying or whatever, or the XP loss decreased. There's a Carbuncle in Lethane. I don't know if that one has been seen dropping anything yet. But I soloed Carbuncle. Boomy kind of owned me at the end with a Stone 4 that ignored shadows, so that was fun.
Good for you. Son, I'm proud. Any other questions? Let's see here. Any other questions? Sevo says, I heard of a really hard mob called Storm Biased. Is this true? I don't know what that means.
I've not heard of anything.
You think Square Enix sucks at balancing jobs? No, I don't think so.
There's no Storm Biased on the wiki, so no idea. I went 14. I don't know. There could be. I haven't seen one yet.
Of course, we still love you guys.
Wikipedia, maybe.
Aww.
Of course, we love you guys.
Well, some of them.
Less than 3.
What?
Nice.
I can't type in the wiki chat. I can't type in the FFO chat.
Well, that's odd. The internet is just breaking.
I don't know what's going on.
Do any of you care about Walk of Echoes now? I cared about it right when it came out. I was pumped, and I tried it, and it's terrible, so no, I don't care. And hopefully the next update does something to fix the suckiness. It's not even that it got overshadowed by Abyssia, it's just that it sucks.
What job discipline are you going to start with in 14, Fusion?
Haven't you asked me this before?
No, I've never asked you this before.
I thought you asked me this last week. I swear you did.
No. Chin asked what job you were playing currently. I don't know if that's the same
And then
question.
I think you asked what I was going to... No, you totally asked me.
I did not ask you this.
You did, and Chin was like, duh. And I'm like, yeah, Lancer, duh.
No, she asked what job you were playing right now, and I was like, duh.
Regardless, Lancer.
Okay.
That sounds like a Dragoon.
It is kind of like a Dragoon.
Without a wyvern thing.
It is.
Also, yes, there is a Storm Bias. It's up on Orzopedia.
Don't be an accountant, Theodus, because it sucks.
Storm Biased. Nice. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys are in the beta, you can feel free to update and add stuff to the wiki now on Orzopedia.
Yeah, for real. The wiki needs updated, guys. All right, any final questions for us before we end the show? I think I might start as an archer in 14 when it comes out, because it's fun. I like archer, and pugilist is really fun too.
Oh man, after playing Lancer, you have to like be stepping on the mob to be able to hit him with pugilist.
Yeah, but pugilist is really fun.
What's a pugilist?
It's like a monk.
Ooh.
And you get like the ability to like heal yourself and stuff. You get like provoke kinda.
Monk is just pugilist is a tank, and then gladiator's a tank.
Okay.
It's fun.
Pugilist is more like evasion based tanking.
It's like monk and thief. Yeah. Are we gonna call the bastard who ripped off Tila? Yeah, we should call him. Be like, why? How much you gonna charge me? Because my friend just came down there and she said she had to pay 120 quid for a freaking processor fan.
It's like $120, man. A quid's like
you don't seem to care. I paid $350 for a motherboard.
That's reasonable.
Oh, okay.
A fan is a little piece of plastic with a thing that spins around that you plug into the power supply. A motherboard is a whole other ballgame.
I mean, even if you ordered the part from Dell for that, which I doubt you had to.
Yeah, that's what he did. Which I doubt you had to. That's the first thing I said when I got back in PFA chat the other day. I had to wait 2 weeks for Dell to send my motherboard to them to put in.
Jeez. That's just crazy.
That sucks, man.
Alright, well, I guess that'll about do it.
That will about do it. Wowee.
Hopefully, if I tell us to stop broadcasting, it will save the recording.
Heck yeah, I want to go to bed. 5 a.m.
Everybody crash.
Hey, wait! Contributor plug.
Oh, right. I can't queue up the slide, so I apologize.
That's
Not like
fine.
there was anything on there.
We just
I'm
wanted
not
to
single.
remind everybody that we do have a contributor program. And on our page, you'll see a link to become a contributor. If you donate at least $5 to PFA, you get access to listen to the show early. As a matter of fact, this show will go up tonight, I think.
Hopefully.
Because of the complex nature of
If not
show.
tomorrow, for sure. And we apologize
It may
for
not
that.
go up until tomorrow. But you, in regular circumstances, you'll get access to the show the night that it's recorded, and which is a couple days before everybody else gets it. And you get nifty emails from us saying that the show is up for contributors. The shows are unedited for your listening pleasure. So if you would like more information, you can visit our website and donate today. And thank you very much to all that have contributed already. How did I do?
It was good.
Was
Hey,
it good?
Steak, those new Beastmaster pets are awesome.
I heard.
Tonight, I got to 76 Beastmaster and I just bought all the pets. I didn't even
Really?
realize I was using the Ladybug, and Fusion says it's got Treasure Hunter 2, and I was just
Is it
wasting
CH2 on it?
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's amazing.
What?
I was really quite chuffed at that. And the rabbit, oh god, the rabbit kicks ass, and the sheep.
Are they hard to
kinda
get,
did
the
that.
jugs for those?
I just bought them.
Are
They're
they
like 8k a stack, but
8K
the
a stack.
Ladybug cost me 35k for 12.
Oh. Well, for TH2, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish I'd known before I wasted 7 of them on orcs. Oh well. Yeah, really good pets. There's one at 79 and all the rest were 76. I think 79 was a mushroom thing. Fungi.
Tila, I'm looking at Dell.com, and even the fans that they sell are only $39.99. $40.
£39 or dollars?
No, $39 American dollars.
Ugh.
So that's like 20 pounds.
What kind of fan is that?
Just
It's probably made of gold.
Zalman LED CPU fan.
Well, if it's a CPU fan, you're talking the whole heatsink unit. So yeah, that's gonna be a little more.
Do you know the last
No,
time
no,
I went
it
to a
is,
computer
no, it's
guy?
the CPU fan. It comes with the it comes with the CPU. It's mounted. It comes with the gel.
Right. Yeah. I mean that's I thought we were talking about just like a little case fan.
No, we're not talking about case fan, but even the
$50 ain't bad.
It's $40 even
$40.
from Dell, but I
That's
can
alright.
get it for cheaper. Anyways,
Not terrible.
yeah. Thank you
Hi,
very
Bats.
much.
Hey, wait a second.
Whoa.
My last computer was actually stolen from me because I took it to get some memory put in. This is like 3 years ago. Took it to a place in Hucknall, left it overnight. When we went back the next day, the place had closed down and everyone had gone. So I lost a whole like Packard Bell computer to them. So
Jeez.
yeah,
Whoa, Packard Bell computer. How long ago was that?
3-4 years ago.
Packard Bell? I didn't even think
Yeah.
Packard Bell still made computers.
I probably bought it 6 years ago and lost it. Like,
You sure it wasn't a
10 times.
Hewlett Packard?
No, that's my printer. It was definitely a Packard Bell. Yeah, I do really have terrible luck with everything that's
Packard
technology
Bell.
related. Yeah, Packard Bell.
I remember my Packard Bell. 1996.
Dude, might have some Taco Bell
The
tomorrow,
Packard
man.
Bell C115A. Ugh. It's a 133
My first one was an
megahertz.
Amstrad. God, so long ago.
133 megahertz of pure processing pleasure.
Wow.
Windows. It had Windows 95. Oh, wow. It was so awesome. Anyways, thank you very much for tuning in this week, and we'll see you next week right here on Pet Food Alpha. And everybody say goodnight.
See ya.
Good night.